Today I'm going to share 3 things that you do not want to list your house until you do. These are things that are going to really make a huge difference in the home selling process. If you want to sell your home in the shortest amount of time and for the most amount of money, you're definitely going to want to listen to today's video until the very end. Before we get into it, if you're new here, welcome. My name's Mariah. I'm a real estate agent in the beautiful state of Oregon. If you are considering buying or selling real estate in Salem, Oregon, or absolutely anywhere in the surrounding areas, I would love to work with you. I will put my contact information below. And on this channel, we talk about all things Oregon real estate and moving to Oregon related. So feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. The very first thing you're going to want to do before you list your home with a real estate professional here in Oregon is do a massive declutter. This is something that we always tell our seller clients to do. You're going to be moving anyway, so right before you get your home on the market is the perfect time to go through and just get rid of anything that you don't need, anything that you want to sell, put away in storage, you just don't want to have out during the selling process. Now is the time to do so. Pack up anything that you don't use on the daily, anything you're not going to need to have lying around in your house while your home's on the market. Put it in moving boxes and put it either in the garage, or if you don't have a garage, it's very common for sellers to just use a spare bedroom and pile it with boxes. It's okay. You will be surprised how much better your home shows after you've done some packing. And a question I get a lot from sellers is it okay if my garage is like packed with boxes, floor to ceiling, you can hardly walk in it? Yes. That is very, very common actually. Whenever I'm working with buyers, like it's super common to walk into a garage and see that it's totally filled with moving boxes. That's not a big deal at all. Actually, I really prefer that because usually if a home is clutter-free and looks really good, it's probably because the garage is filled with moving boxes. Do some very small, inexpensive things to the front of your home. If a buyer is looking at houses online and they don't like the first few photos, which is the exterior of your home, they are not going to even continue to look at the photos and see the beautiful inside of your home. Or if a buyer is like doing a drive-by, driving by a house, they won't even see how great the inside looks if the outside doesn't look up to par. I've even had many instances where I showed up to a house, the listing photos looked fabulous, but we showed up to the outside and the exterior just did not look good at all, and the buyers ended up canceling the showing. They didn't even want to go inside because the outside looked so bad. So the outside of your home is really, really important to focus on, and this doesn't need to require a lot of money. Hose off your front porch. Get any spider webs that are on your garage door or, front door, front porch area. Like it's a common space for spider webs to be. Get rid of any of those spider webs. Put out some plants. Like you don't need to spend a ton of money, but get a nice front door welcome mat if you don't already have one. Spruce up the front yard, that type of thing. Again, you don't have to go overboard. You don't have to spend a ton of money, but just put a little bit of effort and work into the front of your property. The third thing you're going to want to do before you sell your house in Oregon is hire an agent who uses a professional listing photographer. It just blows my mind how many beautiful homes I see on the MLS that the photos are taken with an iPhone, or maybe the listing agent took them, like they have their own camera. That's common where listing agents will have their own camera. It's not like top notch, but it's decent. But you really, really want to make sure the house has top-notch listing photography, which that's something that we always prioritize and do for our sellers, and I believe every listing agent should do as well. I'm always shocked when I see listing agents not doing that. It just blows my mind. There was actually a time a handful of years ago, my husband and I were in the market looking for a property to move to, and the house that came up on the market, this happened twice. The last 2 properties that we have lived in, they both showed really, really poorly online. Okay, like I'm talking, the listing agent for both of these properties did not do professional photos, horrible lighting. Like the photos made the house look so much worse than it does, and usually that's not the case. Usually the photos, when it's professional photos, it looks better in the photos than it does in person, if that makes sense. Both of these times we saw the photos online, almost didn't even go look at both of these houses, like the last one the one we currently live in, and then the one before that that we ended up selling before we bought this one. But both of the times when we were house hunting for these houses, we almost didn't even bother to go look because these photos just look so bad. But we for some reason ended up seeing the houses anyway, and both of these houses were on market way longer than I thought they should have been. And I really think the poor photo quality had a lot to do with this, because once we got there, we were pleasantly surprised. These homes looked way better in person than in the photos. So that's all I have to say about that. Is make sure you hire a listing agent who is going to use professional listing photography. Your home deserves it. If you're considering selling your home in Oregon, I'd love to give you a free market analysis to let you know what the updated value of your home is right now. Shoot me an email anytime. I'll put my contact information below. We also work with a lot of buyers, either buyers who are relocating to Oregon that find us through this YouTube channel, or buyers who are already living in Oregon and are considering relocating to, just the other side of town, who find us through this YouTube channel. If that's you as well, feel free to reach out. We would love to work with you, whether you are a buyer or a seller or both. Our contact information is below. And if you want more information on buying or selling real estate in Oregon, head over to my channel. We have a handful of playlists you might grab value from. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. We come on here every week with new videos, and I'll see you next time.